A very warm welcome to you. It's indeed a pleasure to have you join us again on Almond Finance and Wealth Reports this week. As you know, we are source for latest happening information in the financial sector of the nation's economy. Many thanks also to our partner on this program, Standard Alliance Life Assurance Limited, for their continued support. My name is Faith Wode. On this edition of the program, we'll kick off by bringing you the exclusive interview I had with Mr. Bolaji Oladapo, Executive Director of Standard Alliance Life Assurance Limited. He'll be speaking to us about various operations of the company. Plus, we bring you highlights of the 2013 Agribusiness and Food Security Summit put together by Business Day conferences during the week here in Lagos. The theme of the Business Summit this year was turning agro-value chain potential into profit. Among the guest speakers were the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Cooperative Lagos State, Prince Bolaji Oladapo, and Mr. Onajite Koloko, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Notori. Plus, our regulars on the program, our Voice Pop segment, Waiting Insurance, the DUSEF, and Insurance Talk Celebrities Edition. I urge you, as always, to sit back, relax, and spend this time with us, where all the details are coming to you after the break. Please stay with us.
On Almond Finance and Wealth Report, we ask the right people the right questions.
No Nigerian trusts the other, and they don't believe, the average Nigerian doesn't believe that the insurance company will pay the claim. They believe that the insurance company will not pay the claim. So when you pay the claim, they are quite pleasantly surprised.
A system that ensures that your naira will depreciate, that excess liquidity will prevail when you earn increasing dollars. It should be reverse.
The whole idea of insurance, as far as I'm concerned, is to spread the risk. That is the actual cost.
We highlight the right events. And the right music. Join your host, Faith Ugwode, every week on this station. Almond Finance and Wealth Report, the right platform.
All right, welcome back. Moving on straight to our exclusive interview with Mr. Bolaji Oladapo, who was recently promoted to an Executive Director of Standard Alliance Life Assurance Limited. He will be taking us through the operations of the company. All right, welcome back. On the site of Almond today, I'll be speaking exclusively with Mr. Bolaji Oladapo, an Executive Director in Standard Alliance Life. For those who may not know, Standard Alliance Life Assurance Limited is our partner on Almond Finance and Wealth Reports. Mr. Oladapo will be speaking exclusively about the operations of the company. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to start off by saying congratulations, and you've been promoted to an Executive Director. How do you feel?
First and foremost, I feel good. I thank God because for me, everything comes from God. Even if you are promoted, that means it has a calling of the Almighty God. So my first thanks actually go to the Almighty God. Then I also thank the management of this company, who has recommended me to the board for this approval, and the board too for accepting the approval as recommended by the management of this organization, to ratify my appointment as Executive Director of the company. I can't do it alone. I also need to thank my colleagues, my subordinates, and every other members of Standard Alliance Life, because a tree actually can actually not make a forest. So I thank everybody that is involved. And I also appreciate God for all the wonderful things he has done so far in the life of myself and the company in particular.
Okay. I do understand that higher office means more responsibility. So I'm going to ask you, I'm sure before your management even recommended you to the board, they've seen that you're hardworking, you've contributed so much to the present level where the company is. So taking on higher office also means higher responsibility. So what are those areas or what are those things you're going to do to contribute more to the growth and development of the company?
For me, what we try to do here, we're going to try to do things differently. Differently means that all those things that we have not been doing well before, we want to see how we're going to perfect it more. We're going to be more competitive, you know, in our business environment. Like we have our service delivery, we're also going to see how to improve on it so as to add more to the profitability and growth of the organization. We will also try to be more feasible. Yes, we are feasible enough as an organization, but feasibility in itself is a key factor in growth and profitability in these our area of insurance business that we have, because it's actually the more the merrier. That is the whole essence of insurance. If you don't do more, you don't get more. You know, it looks like it's more chunk, but it becomes like that in trickles. It forms a whole. So we're going to see how we're going to be more competitive. We're going to see how we're going to add value, you know, to the organization in terms of being more competitive, in terms of expectation of value added. We're going to see the innovative that we're going to bring more to the organization, because the board, when they give you the appointment, they expect so much from you. And expecting so much from you means that they're also going to look at how to take profit away, because this is a profit-making organization anyway. They're not going to, we are not a charitable organization. So we're going to see how to improve on the bottom line, and that's the essence of what we're going to put in. And I'm not going to do it alone, like I keep saying. It's a teamwork right here, from the top management, from the MD, down to the lower staff of this organization. It's a teamwork, and all of us, including all the leadership, are going to be involved in the growth, continuous growth and profitability of this organization.
Okay, very well said. Now I'm going to ask you, a lot of people have said that SA came from nowhere, so to speak, and today they are there among the big boys in the industry. But I want to ask you, what would you say sets Standard Alliance Life apart from other life companies in Nigeria?
For me, I'll pick the brand. The brand is very important to us. That's the Standard Alliance Group. The brand is actually the edge. We have a very good brand, and that brand, for me, is actually the edge. You understand? We're also going to look at customer service is also key to us here. We also try to delight our customers. We also try to see how we're going to do well with our customer. That makes our customer to come back to do repetitive sales. You understand? When they are delighted, what it means is that they are going to sell you more to that outside world. They will be the one selling us. They are the one actually marketing us, you know, to the outside world. Not we actually, because if you do it well, you actually do it well, the customers out there, they'll say, oh, for your insurance need, please go to Standard Alliance Life. For me, that's really.
Sorry to comment.
Yeah.
You know, insurance business is not like any other business. So when you say, when you do it well to your customers, they will help in selling. In what particular area are you talking about?
They are going to be our advocates. They are going to be the advocates of Standard Alliance Life to the general public. They are going to be the one showcasing that this company has done well for me. And for you know what we do here is just service. That's what we sell. We call it an intangible product. It's a product you cannot easily feel and see. So it's the intangibility of it that makes people to advocate for us. You understand? And that has been what we have been enjoying for the past years, and that's we actually adore very well. That we actually preserve very well. We don't want anything to tarnish that image that we have. We try to protect it. And for me, that has actually been what has actually set Standard Alliance Life apart from all the other life assurance company in Nigeria today. Our staff is also key in this process.
Okay. Most people will tell you that insurance business, the best way to sell it is by paying your claims promptly.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about claims payments in Standard Alliance. How does it work?
You see, like I said, our staff is key. We have a near flat structure in processing of claims here. So what it then means is that if claims are reported from the downline down to the head office, our claims processing is very smooth, and in record time, clients get their checks. But what we have, the challenges we have, you know, apart from that, is that some clients, we have some in the process, we have some very stubborn clients who might perhaps have signed a policy, for example, for 10 years. For one reason or the other, the 10 years, for one reason they can't continue again. They want you to pay them now. And wherein the policy has actually not entered into the surrender value where you can actually attract any payment. So how do you deal with that? Well, what you do is some that we enter into agreement with them. Some will do the dating for them. That look, now you don't have money. Can you stop it now and try to come back and redate the policy when you actually have money? Some will actually insist that they actually want the money to be paid now. So for those, we also understand because of the flexibility in our operation. This is a very flexible company. We call them to that. We actually have a roundtable meeting with some of them and said, what do you want? At the end of this, it's my money I want, whether it enters the surrender value or not. So for such, we pay. And our claims is very prompt. And I can attest to that as a staff. And I want you to attest to that.
Because you're also
yes.
a client of
the company. So,
okay, now moving on, most operations today, companies' operations globally, not just in Nigeria, is driven by IT. So I want to know the place of ICT in your operations as an organization. How well have you deployed that?
Here in Standard Alliance Group as a whole, we now roll down to Standard Alliance Life. We are very conscious. I don't want to use the word bullish about performance. So about performance. So if we want to do that, we want to see how you want to do things rightly. So in order to achieve that, all the process leading to that performance, you need to do it right. And part of the process leading to that performance is the deployment of a robust ICT that will help you support your operation. Because if you don't have a robust ICT system in place, it won't, your operation will actually not be supported. You understand? In that there will be things will not be done manually, and that means you're going to enter into trouble very soon with the client, with the operators, and with the staff and regulators, even with your staff. Because I will do. So in line with that, we have deployed a SLI. Recently, we just deployed a ICT. We call it the TrunQuest application. It's a web-based application which we just deployed to Standard Alliance Group as a whole, and to date is performing well. Every staff is happy with it, and
are your customers happy with it?
They are also happy with it because we turn out requests on time to them when they ask for it, and SA Live, we're everywhere.
Well, if you talk about that in Nigeria, I don't think many people know about insurance. They don't even believe in it anyway. But maybe the insurance companies are not doing enough.
All right, moving on, we bring you highlights of the 2013 Agribusiness and Food Security Summit put together by Business Day conferences during the week here in Lagos. According to Mr. Angas Sotoye, there is need for the federal government to increase funding to farmers if agriculture must contribute meaningfully to the gross domestic product. Over the last 3 years, food security and economic crisis have highlighted the urgent need and the potential for developing sustainable agricultural systems. Nearly 1 billion people, 1 of 6 globally, lack access to adequate food and nutrition. By 2050, the global population will surpass 9 billion and demand for agricultural products is expected to double. At the same time, the world's agricultural system will be increasingly challenged by water scarcity, climate change volatility, raising the risk of production shortfalls. Substantial gains in agricultural productivity in Nigeria can be realized through investment, innovation, policies, and other improvements. However, realizing these gains will require an exceptional level of collaboration among stakeholders in the agricultural value chain, including government, the private sector, civil society organizations, farmers, consumers, and entrepreneurs. Stakeholders' alignment around shared priorities and large-scale initiatives is key to success. Business Day conferences recently put together its 2013 Agribusiness Food Security Summit at the Eco Hotel and Suites here in Lagos. The theme of the summit this year was turning agro value chain potential into profits. The special guest of honor was the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, who was represented by his senior technical advisor, Dr. Adetunji Adeleke Oredipe. Special guests at the event were Mr. Onajite Koloko, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Notore, Prince Bolaji Oladapo, Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Cooperatives, Lagos State, Mr. Anga Sotoye, Coordinator, Agribusiness and Youth Empowerment Community of Stakeholders of Nigeria, Dr. Kenny Acholonu, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bioorganics, Dr. Jide Adedeji, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Terrago, and a host of others. Speaking on behalf of the Minister, Dr. Oredipe said that the federal government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, is interested in partnering with the private sector to drive food production in Nigeria.
If you are ready for business, federal government is ready for business. We were in Kogi recently. After inspecting what the quantum of investment already committed by Kogi state government, on the spot, the minister had to make a promise of 100 million naira. It's not as if we have 100 million naira for every state, but where we have received very good efforts, where we see things happening the way we would like to see, definitely there will be no boundary as to what federal government can do with such a state. Essentially, these are the 5-pronged area that we are looking at, and the second leg of that final one is about our relationship with the private sector. Today, we are organizing even our private sector better to support agriculture. I'm very sure you're all aware of the casting that we have put together. The likes of Dr. Idewere, the likes of Dangote, all of them are in it. We have the Eminent Persons Group, made up of very high-level private sector players. We have our Agricultural Transformation Implementation Council that is heavily populated by very senior actors in the private sector.
Many believe, given the vast arable land and friendly weather conditions all year round, Nigeria holds great potential for food security, not just for domestic production and consumption, but for large-scale exports. Taking the lead in the paper presentation, Mr. Anga Sotoye said that the lack of infrastructure places heavy cost burden on agribusiness in Nigeria. To move forward, government must build supportive infrastructure, as this will keep people in the rural areas.
Transportation infrastructure is so poor in Nigeria. Our road network is so poor, we don't have rail. So the farmer and agribusiness people, they are so much burdened. They have to do their business, so they spend so much to do business. What does $47 translate to? That's over 7,000 naira per metric ton. It's expensive. So if the agribusiness people will spend this much in doing agribusiness, then they need incentive. The cost of their operation is high. So we need diverse forms of incentive to support us. We're saying agriculture is a great and powerful tool. And that is why we have the transformative power of agriculture. I don't need to say it, you know it. You're talking about food security, you're talking about job creation, you're talking about reducing rural to urban migration. The Commissioner of Agriculture is here, Bola is here. He knows the problem he has. The population of Lagos is increasing. People are leaving the rural areas to come to Lagos to look for greener pastures. That's the truth. So if we build supportive infrastructure in the rural areas to engage them, they will need to come to Lagos again.
Also speaking on the challenge of the Nigerian value chain, Mr. Onajite Koloko, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Notore, said that one of the major challenges in the value chain in Nigeria is lack of education of farmers. According to him, some small and medium-scale farmers who are critical to the value chain don't know how to use fertilizers effectively to add value and increase their yields.
Farmers don't understand how to use fertilizers, or how to use the seed, how to apply it, when to use your crop protection products. They don't know. On the processing side, this is why the value chains are broken. Insufficient and inefficient processing and storage methods. It's almost impossible to compete with imported material where processing standards are much higher than they are in Nigeria. And again, available systems are small-scale facilities, and they're disjointed, not even coordinated, because even the cooperatives are not properly organized to actually channel their products into processing centers.
Speaking during the interactive session, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Lagos State, called on the private sector to come in and support the efforts of the Lagos State government.
We need private sectors to come and support us. We call it state-sponsored capitalism. It is not for government to be involved in business, but as a state, agriculture cannot be left alone for the market. That is why I'm happy with what Notori is doing and some other people, but we need to do more as private sectors. I'm happy NASA Group is there, but they need to do more. Farmers don't get that farmers-friendly interest rates. So, a lot of opportunities. Look at our refrigerated meat van. I'm sure you know about our abattoir system. We have 200 refrigerated meat van in Lagos, state-led again. We want to do 2 new abattoirs in Lagos. We have one, very mechanized one, but we need investors to come in. It is not for us to be doing. We have led, we are leading, but we need support. For Lagos agricultural development, the train has already left the station. It's now for you to come and support us.
In order to feed a population of 9 billion people by 2050, the world will need a new vision for delivering food security, environmental sustainability, and economic opportunity through agriculture. This will require producing more food with fewer resources while reinvigorating rural economies. Participants had loads of questions for the paper presenters.
Now, I would like to know from the regulatory perspective, and this I direct to the Minister Representative, Mr. Dr. Oredipe, on how much involvement will other insurance companies within the industry participate in agricultural insurance other than NAIC, that is a Nigerian agricultural insurance company?
It would appear to me that a lot of emphasis is placed on crop farming as opposed to animal farming. I don't know if this is all right, because about 3 months ago, some officials of the Federal Ministry of Agri came to our farm to register us, and then they promised that the government was going to do something to help the farms free of charge. And I think part of the help they were going to render has to do with giving bags of fertilizer and some other things to farmers. But to those of us who are into poultry and fishery, nothing has been done so far.
Sustainable agriculture calls for educating farmers, emphasizing the long-term consequences of their traditional methods of farming and helping them develop and implement innovative and appropriate farming practices. Without intensified financial and technical assistance, sustainable agriculture will be unattainable in the immediate future. There is therefore need for the government and the organized private sector to come together to drive agribusiness to ensure food security and social stability.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the black comedian of the Federal Republic. Yeah, a person without insurance is not insured. Take that from me. Are you insured? If you're not, get insured. It's very important. Insurance is good.
Alright, that's the time on this edition of the program. I do hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I always say here, for comments, questions, observations, do feel free to get in touch with us on 017763981 or 08033357879, or better still, send us an email, almond4xx@yahoo.com or almondproduction@gmail.com. You can also visit us on our website, www.almondreports.com. Many thanks to Standard Alliance Life Assurance Limited, our partner on this program. Do not forget also to join us every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. on Niger FM 102.7 for our Pidgin English program called waiting insurance they do serve. You can also watch past episodes of this program from our website. My name is Faith Ugwode. Until same time, same station next week, where we'll come here with the fresh package of this program from all of us here. It's goodbye.